day. I can go kind of beat the birds because they're really direct, when they're mad, happy, and that's a sure thing. So it keeps me grounded and know that I'm helping them and helping the environment by helping the birds of prey.
So this is something that helps you with depression, and you're able to get therapy? I mean, kind of explain how, because that's not something I'm sure most people would think, oh, I feel this way, let me go interact with birds.
Right, well, it has something to do with anxiety. If I work harder physically, it helps me sleep better. It calms me down. With the depression, it gives me I think that, I know I'm doing something that matters, so and I'm dependent on, and before nobody could depend on me.
I know you said the first time you saw those birds at the fair, it was kind of immediate. You wanted to go up and be near them. What's it like to interact with animals like this? Because, they're impressive to see.
Well, it depends on which one. Like the gray horned owls, they're the biggest and the baddest. We have one Soren barn owl. He's a lover boy, and he's not moody like some of the females there. But they all have their personalities, and when I'm scared, I turn it into a challenge instead of fear, and that helps me to get better.
That's amazing. Is this something you'd recommend to other people?
Oh, yeah. Just feeling like you're doing something that counts, and it just makes your day happier. It just, I forgot the word. It's like I say, it's a purpose. It's know that you're helping. And by helping them get better, it helps me get better.
What is it like? We're going to be here for a bald eagle release today. I imagine this isn't maybe the first one you've seen or the first time you've been around bald eagles. What do you think of those animals and just being able to experience something like this?
Well, once handling a big, strong eagle, it's exhilarating. Even though if they're injured, you can see them get stronger. They are big, and they can hurt you, not just with their talons, but their beak. But knowing that you're helping, like the national symbol, everything, it just touches every part of your heart.
I see you got a big camera here on your side. When the eagle gets here, what kind of is going to be your role? What are you going to be doing once they bring that eagle out to release it?
I'll take as many pictures as I can. I won't forget it. I'm sure she won't, God. But I won't forget, but pictures help me, and then hopefully I can get one in flight.
Any advice to somebody who's new here, who's maybe never done this before?
You can come to a release, take it all in. Just understand that she was hurt, and people get hurt and get better, and it's just a success story.
That's awesome. You did a great job. That was easy, wasn't it?
Ask her about Bridgehaven. Ask her about her connection to Bridgehaven.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about Bridgehaven and your connection to all that.
Started years ago. I was pretty depressed. I hardly ever made eye contact, and now I do. I make the fear into goals. I'm able to deal with the relationships better because I'm around more people. I've done educational programs where I'm talking to kids, 200, 300 kids. Something I thought I never would do.
And now you're doing TV interviews. And for someone who may not know, what is Bridgehaven and that sort of thing?
Oh, any kind of mental health, persistent mental health, needs, depression. I know people think mental health, but yet everybody deals with it. It's not voodoo. It takes me a while to be able to be open because I'm learning to trust, but the more I do it, the easier it gets, and hopefully I'm accepted. Well, accept myself, but yeah, there's a lot of I don't know, at first you think you're not a good person, but everybody deals with it. Maybe some people aren't as verbal with it.
And did Bridgehaven help you get connected with this group and the birds and all that?
No, I was on my own, but Bridgehaven, I took the CET. And that helps me with relationships.
Oh, gotcha.
It's helped every part of my life.
So you're helping the birds get better, and they're helping you get better.
Yeah, I'm rehab, and so are they.
That's awesome. You did a great job. Thank you so much. And once that bird gets up in the air, we might get a couple shots of you kind of shooting and stuff like that, if that's okay, all right?
She's actually done the releases because she's out there volunteering at the location of Raptor Rehab every week.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah,
does a
for
remarkable
years.
job holding, feeding, taking care of the birds. She's just amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she really
What a
is.
cool story. Who knew? I was standing next to you the whole time. I had no idea.
That's why I asked if you knew her, and I'm like,
I was gonna say,
Tara
I feel like,
Bassett,
I know
nice
she
to
said
see
that.
you.
I was like, I know that that name and that.
This will be really spectacular.
Oh, I'm excited.
So now we'll interview you. We're on Facebook
Oh,
Live.
okay.
What are you expecting?
Well,
do you
someone
expect?
told me that I was going to tear up, which I feel like I'm not that person who cries very easily, but now I'm like making sure my mascara is not going to run. So
I think you're right.
I'm excited. I feel like it's going to be one of those moments that kind of removes you from yourself. You know what I mean?
Yes,
You're
it
seeing
does.
something that's kind of bigger than you. So I was telling a group that was here earlier, I saw a bald eagle once when I was on the new bridge, 265 out in the east end of Louisville, and I was running and looked up and saw it, and it was hundreds of feet above my head, but it was still one of those things I stopped running and just kind of stared up at it and was caught in the moment. Yeah.
You recognize them. They're the most recognizable symbol in the world.
It is. I mean, we interviewed a man earlier about why he came out, and he said because this is America. You don't get that many opportunities to be so close to something that symbolizes something we all appreciate so much. So I think when I saw this story was going to be on, I was excited. I wanted to come out and do it, and so now that I'm here, I'm telling the story, but I'm also excited to kind of be a part of it and experience it with everyone else.
It is. It's going to be fun. It's nice to see you.
Oh my gosh,
Thank
it's
you
so
for
great to
giving
be
Brenda
here.
A couple of minutes.
Yes, she's wonderful. I'm happy to
She
do
has a
it.
remarkable story.
And we should tell folks that our story on WLKY will be on tonight at 6 o'clock. So if folks
That's
aren't able to
excellent.
make it and want to see it, they can see it through our lens.
And then you post it later, right?
And it'll be on Facebook, it'll be on Twitter, website, you can see it anywhere.
Say and spell your name.
My name is Morgan Lentis, MorganLentes. I never get to do that.
I know. I thought I'd give you that shot.
I appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Morgan. Appreciate it. Well, I'll tell you what. This is going to be really fun. I know, Isaiah. It is going to be cool. What are you here to see? Are you going to see a bird? A bald eagle. Have you ever seen a bald eagle before?
No.
You are just going to be so amazed and impressed. Do you know how big they are? Hold your arms out and tell me how big you think they are.
This big.
That big? That tall? How wide do you think when it opens its wings? How wide do you think its wings are? You're right. I bet you're right. It's going to be spectacular. Do you know what the eagle stands for in America?
What?
It's our national symbol, meaning it stands for the United States of America, and it's a freedom. The beauty of the bird flying signifies our freedom. This is a very special day. So glad. Are you Mom? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So glad Mom brought you.
Yes.
What's your name?
Hunter.
Hunter, it's nice to meet you. I'm Tara. You have fun. I'm going to be watching you when you see the bird fly. You're going to love it. It's really exciting. Did you have that in mind when you brought him over today?
Yes, we certainly did. Mm-hmm.
Have you seen a bald eagle before?
No, not like this.
Really? Close up and personal?
No, ma'am.
This is very exciting.
Yes,
I
I'm
can't
very glad
wait.
we found out about it last minute. We just found out a little bit ago, but we're glad to be able to make it.
That's fantastic.
Yes,
All right,
yes.
Hunter, you have fun.
Thank you.
All right, baby. Here's the star. You did a great job. You were wonderful.
thanks.
That's going to be on at 6 o'clock tonight, so hopefully you'll be at home and you'll be able to see it.
Are you sure it's 6? It is
Yeah,
gonna be
that's what she just told me.
Oh, good.
Morgan on
'cause I was
32.
going to go ask her that.
Yeah. What's your name?
I'm Don Cook.
Tell me, how are you related to this entire scenario of the bald eagle release?
Well, Brenda and I work together over at Milestone Fitness Center, and so she told me that they were releasing an eagle, a bald eagle today, and I was anxious to see that.
I just about dropped my phone right there. I got so excited about it. What's your name, sir?
Bob.
What do you do, Bob?
Well, I'm retired
From?
from Cardinal Installation. I used to work there.
Wonderful. Did you come over here with Mr. Cook?
Yeah. We were just having lunch together. I thought we'd come out and see this. We thought it would be a real fun thing to do.
You're going to love it. I love the fact that people have brought their kids today to see. And that little boy, Hunter, just told me that he was very excited about seeing a bald eagle. So we've got a photographer from the Courier Journal here. I'm going to take you over and introduce you to him. Yeah, you, come. I want to introduce you guys to Brenda. Brenda Riggs is one of the Raptor Rehab specialists, and she often does the releases. Today she's photographing the releases. And I thought you might like to hear her little story in case you wanted to take a photo about her relationship to Bridgehaven Mental Health Services and how working with the birds has helped her mental health. Yeah? You good?
Yeah.
All right, we're still live, so you just do your thing.
Well,
Just be a celebrity.
the eagles.
Now that you've made it on 32, you're a celebrity. The eagle is the celebrity. I knew you were going to say that. That's so true. Tell Brenda, this is Jeff Utterback. What's your name?
I'm Nikki William.
Nikki, I'm Tara Bassett. Nice to meet you. This is Brenda Riggs.
We're both with the Courage Girl.
I love it.
What do you hear? You're shooting today?
Yeah.
All right.
Nikon?
Nikon?
Yeah, 7100.
Yeah.
Last time I went to Eagle Release, my lens was too big and I couldn't back up far enough. So
Yeah.
I don't know if this is too long.
Oh, this may be them right now coming in.
That
I think
is.
you're good. There they are.
Yeah.
Let's move out of the shot. Get out of the way. Now, who's the driver, Brenda?
That's Lauren.
Okay. Oh, good. Yeah, I met Lauren once before.
Oh, I think.
Hey, Lauren.
Hi, how are you doing, Tara?
I came to see you.
I appreciate that.
We've already put Brenda on WLKY. Go for it.
Oh no, Brenda.
Brenda's become a star in a short period of time. Oh my God, it's DJ Christy Bird Stevens. How are you, Christy?
I'm good, Tara. How are you today?
What are you up to today?
I'm here to see the eagle being released.
You drove all the way down from your hideaway in Indiana?
All the way from down 5 blocks down the road.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see. Oh, look who it is. Oh my God, it's John Belsky. Hey, Mr. Belsky.
Hey, what's going on?
How are you?
How you been?
Why did you come over here today?
The Eagles.
Isn't it exciting?
What have you been up to?
That's the tiniest camera I've ever seen.
Well, Lynn's got the good one, the
Lynn,
semi-good
how are
one.
you?
I'm doing well.
I'm Tara Bassett. It's nice to see you again. Your husband was one of the people who taught me how to do the weather. God bless him.
I haven't seen you in years.
It has been a while. You doing
It's
okay?
so nice to see you.
I tune
It's
you
so
in on
nice to see
32
you.
and every once in a
I'm
while.
there every now and then.
I know,
every
I
now
love
and then.
that.
How about this eagle thing, though?
This is very exciting. My friend Brenda Riggs over here, wherever she went, is a member at Bridgehaven Mental Health Services where I work, and she works with the birds because they help her with her mental health. There she is right there. Hey, Brenda, come here. I want you to meet John Belsky.
Hi, nice to
And this
see
is
you.
this is Lynn.
miss
This
you
is
on
Brenda.
Thank
Well, you can
you.
see him on 32, the very station that just interviewed you. He comes on all
Every
the
now
time
and
and fills in.
Oh,
I was working over the weekend with the snow. And everything,
Okay.
so,
He's
but,
one of the guys who taught me how to do the weather. He and Tom Wells and Craig Edwards, they were awesome. Good teachers.
Blast from the past there.
Nice to see you.
Craig just retired, by the way, last
No
summer.
kidding.
Yes, he's been in Knoxville, or not Knoxville, Nashville, like the last
Nashville.
15 years or so.
Wow.
On the morning show, and just had his final broadcast last
Aw.
summer.
Tell him I sent my love. If you talk to him,
Will do.
I'd love
Will
to
do.
see him. That'd be fantastic. So we're waiting for the release, and
Don't worry, they're not in trouble. They didn't remember where exactly they were supposed to go, and he sent them in the opposite direction. And
where they were going either.
exactly, so they should be here. Actually, that's them pulling right up.
This is one
So,
of the places that you have to know where it is to find
and
it.
yeah, exactly. And I had no clue. So.
Lauren, tell us a little
Yeah.
bit about the bird you're releasing.
Okay, so we are releasing bald eagle number 372. She was found in New Albany. And actually, this is the crew of people who
Yay!
had their son Craig was one of the people who found the bird.
Awesome.
And Diane is the wife of one of the gentlemen who found it as well.
Thank you all so much for doing that. That's terrific.
So they were kind enough to give us a call. And they are here for the release as well. Unfortunately, there were 2 of them in the yard. And this is the first one that's ready to go. So she should be up for release. The next one should be up for release hopefully in a couple of weeks. But this one had some pretty intense wrist injuries, as well as a wound on her chest. And it's obvious that these 2 girls had been fighting. They had some marks on their feet that were impressive, let's say.
So you number the birds. You don't name them. Why?
Correct. We don't want to get too attached. We would like to be able to keep enough distance where we can safely make objective decisions for the bird without getting our heartstrings tied into it.
And I've been there, and it's a pretty difficult thing not to get your heartstrings tied into
Definitely
it.
can be. Definitely. But fortunately, we didn't have to make any horrible decisions, and these birds are doing great. And this one's hopefully going to fly off strong and looking beautiful.
What's the recovery process like for an animal like that?
I think you should probably end up talking to my director instead of me, to be completely honest.
She's the one who handles all the birds, though, Morgan. So she knows a tremendous
I
amount.
still think you should talk to my director too, to be completely honest. So let me find her. Yes.
We don't have to do it right now.
Here she comes. She's right there.
So you remember Tara? from
Nice
our,
to see you,
our Fun with
sweetie.
Radio. And Morgan, I talked to you on the phone. This is our director, Eileen Wicker, our founder and director, executive director. And she can tell you all about the rehab process for our birds.
Any bird or just this bird?
This one, yeah. What
This
was it like
bird.
for this?
Well, you had all of that from the beginning.
I'm sorry. I thought I told them that they should at least meet you.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, she can tell you. This is Lauren. She is our assistant director. And Lauren is the one that took the bird in. I was in Florida when the birds came in. So she knows the story better than I do. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to have
Okay.
you meet them and talk to them.
Eileen,
if you're
she's
okay
being
with that.
respectful.
For a change.
Hey, that was mean.
No, I thought she said I was being respectful.
No, she said I was.
Oh, she's always.
So go ahead and
Fair
tell us
enough.
about the rehab process. That was the question.
Sure. So the first thing that happened once these birds came in is we give them a physical evaluation to make sure to find all the wounds, see exactly what's going on, what course of treatment's going to be needed. And unfortunately, we got back very late in the evening. So the first thing we did the next morning was call our veterinarian, Dr. Missy Jewell, and she worked us into their schedule. And we got both birds seen, and they both had surgery that day, which was fantastic. So we were able to, with this bird in particular, she had a little bit of exposed bone on her wrist. We were unable to stitch it closed because of how bad the skin was damaged, but Dr. Jewell cleaned it out really well. She monitored it for several weeks, and it's now pretty much closed and healed. We were concerned that this may affect her flying abilities, and fortunately, that hasn't been the case. So she's doing really fantastic.
And will you say and spell your name for me just so I have it?
My name is Lauren Jackson, Lauren Jackson.
And give me your title again so
I am the assistant to the director at Raptor Rehab. I've been volunteering. My whole time there total has now been 8.5 years.
Just lastly, what's it like to see a big crowd like this and all the excitement for something like this?
This is fantastic. First of all, it's a weekday. Second of all, it's the middle of the day. And so to see that there are this many people who are this interested in coming out to see a bird that, first of all, is beautiful. Second of all, is a great symbol for our country. But third of all, is an important part of our environment and our ecosystem, and that people care this much when it's this cold. It's heartwarming. It's absolutely heartwarming.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank you all
it.
for
Sorry to
coming.
just jump in. I heard
Hey,
you
it's
talking. I was
okay.
like, well, I might as well.
Hey, I don't mind. I
Awesome.
appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you. We're excited.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to watch you, Lauren. We're watching you for the cue.
I don't know what my cue's going to be.
I'm going to run back over here and get a battery, guys, because we do not want to miss the launch. And thank heavens to Betsy Lou, I actually have a battery because I came prepared. Look at this river. Lordy, lordy, lordy. That is one rough river. Hey! Let's see here. Look at that. Look how deep it is. Wow, amazing. Okay, here we go. Out there while we gather at the river. A beautiful, beautiful river. Gather like the saints at the river to let a bald eagle be released back into the wild. Won't that be spectacular? Can't wait to see it. Okay, we're good to go now. We don't have to worry about losing the shot. It's perfect timing. Just now getting ready to take that baby out of the truck. Bald eagle number 372, as she called it, which is pretty amazing. Here we go. Just think about the fact that it's that big. It's a big crate. And I was out at Raptor Rehab when they had a bald eagle who was going to be released, and it was just pretty spectacular to watch the process. So we'll follow this little girl. We'll talk to Eileen on the way. Eileen, talk to me about how exciting this is. You just must be thrilled to see a turnout like this on a weekday.
I am. I could not believe it when we came up that hill and saw all those cars. I was like, this is a weekday. Oh my goodness. How did they hear about it? This is pretty good because we got in 3 eagles in the same week, and this was one of them.
3 eagles in the same week. How long has this girl number 372 been in your possession taken care of?
She was here since the last...
Come over here.
She was here since the last of December.
Okay.
We took in 300, well, maybe it was more like the middle of December. I was out of town when she came in. So she was the least damaged of the 2 that had been in the fight. And
so 3 eagles all in the fight, huh?
Yes.
Wow.
2 eagles.
2 eagles in a fight. Wow. All right, we're gonna keep walking because we don't want to miss all the excitement. You guys are going to be so thrilled. We are literally walking beside a symbol of America who got into a fight with another eagle and is now going to be released back into the wild after the many months of nurturing care by Raptor Rehab, which is an absolutely wonderful organization that you can support. Raptor Rehabilitation on Facebook. They also have a wonderful website, and you will be capable of contributing to wonderful releases like this in the future. If you would like to go online and make a donation, that'd be tremendous. We would really appreciate it. We're staying with the bird because I think that she will appreciate the company as we watch her make her trek. This is so much better than so many of the escorts that we see happening with symbols of our nation, which often end up at a cemetery of some sort. That's not the way that this is going to be. This is going to be a symbol of freedom, the likes of which you haven't seen. Of course, it's a little tricky because we're operating on solid ice, which is now melting just enough to create great big puddles.
Oh, that's what the nail's for.
There we go. We got it now. We're going up the hill at this beautiful spot at the Falls of the Ohio, which is a favorite launch spot for these wonderful raptors. This one was found in New Albany, so it's perfect that they decided to release it here because it will be in its natural habitat, so to speak. It'll be in its grounds, its area where it was discovered, and that's always a good thing to bring it back to where it's most familiar, apparently. And I think the fact that we've had such a cool turnout has really made a big difference. A lot of people came to see this bird be released today, and I just love it. And I'm really, really glad you guys are able to tune in with me. Do you work with Raptor Rehab as well?
I do.
And what's your job?
Just a volunteer.
Besides pushing the eagle?
It's my favorite job.
Your favorite job is pushing the eagle, so do you do a lot of these releases?
This is my first one.
Oh, congratulations. What's your name?
My name is John Weigel.
It's very exciting, John.
I'm excited.
Can't wait for you to see it happening. It's going to be pretty amazing. Eagle coming through. Eagle coming through. Eagle coming through. So have you been allowed to handle the birds, Matt?
John.
John, I'm sorry. Have you been allowed to handle the bird?
I can.
Oh, he's taking you. All right, we're going to go around the walkway to the other side of the cabin. Everybody's kind of launched out here, so they are able to get a good glimpse of this flight. Okay, I totally didn't ask you that question and let you finish it.
No problem. I can hold them to move them to different cages, different crates, different enclosures, or when they're getting their medication.
And I see you've got your gauntlets there, those big heavy gloves.
Big leather gloves.
What does it feel like to have a bird of prey on your arm?
Oh, feel immediately how strong they are.
Yes.
I was gonna say this is a off-roading experience is what's
Poor
going
little
on.
guy.
There you go.
Eagle off-roading.
Eagle off-roading. It's a
101,
new
Lauren.
sport.
It is a new sport.
Here we go. That
So you've handled this bird since she came in.
I have, yes.
What's her personality like? Brenda was
Oh,
talking
she
about the
is
different
fierce.
bird personalities.
She is fierce, Tara. She is one of those where she's going to give you everything back that she possibly can.
Wow.
She is extremely
Feisty.
strong, very feisty, but at the same time, absolutely beautiful.
It's wonderful.
So
I'm going to
that's
back out of the shot here.
even
so the
better
other stations
news.
can get
All right.
their stuff. So, I'm thinking it's looking on this beautiful bluff, which is so incredible. Like they're going to actually set up a little table here so we can watch her being brought out of the crate.
I'm out of the way.
I'm going to scoot over there with you too. Here we go.
Okay, what we're going to need is everybody kind of make us a
Little semicircle.
here.
Okay.
Yeah. And back up a little bit over here. The deal is when you let this guy go, you don't know where he's going to go.
That's right.
And your head may look like a good landing. You would not like that.
There's a whole flight of ducks coming to greet their sister home. It's the honor guard. The duck honor guard. All right.
So what we're going to do, get this bird out and hold him for a few minutes. Everybody get your pictures. And we're going to walk out here, and when we let her go, it's going to happen pretty quick.
Here she comes.
We will be ready.
Here she comes, Harper. Here comes your bird.
They have a big towel around the bird. Look at that magnificent creature. Morgan and I were talking about the fact that we're going to have tears in our eyes as a result of being here for this experience. Oh my gosh.
There she is. Harper, you remember her? You remember her? You see her? Yeah, remember her?
She's taking very good care to hold this beautiful bird very carefully in her arms. Oh my God, what an amazing sight. I can not tell you how many times anyone in this crowd has been this close to a bald eagle unless they work with Raptor Rehab. Just magnificent. Look at those talons. Everybody's out here with their phones. Why'd you come out today?
I just love bald eagles and raptors. What a supporter.
Pretty amazing, isn't it?
Sarah said she's very nice. Alright, Sarah, you ready?
Scoot over here.
Not really. So when you say put my hands on thighs, not on her.
Okay. getting instructions on how this is going to happen. Put it that way, so that way her hands are free. It's very tricky. The eagle's got a hold of the glove and she does not want to let it go. She's just clinging to it. There we go. We got it. Little Dickens. Little Dickens. She's chomping away, man. I'll tell you what. She's a fighter. That's what Lauren was just saying. She is so ready to get out into this beautiful. Go! Look at her fly. Oh my God, that bird must be 4 to 5 feet from wingtip to wingtip. Oh wow. That was truly amazing. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Look at that.
Boy, that makes me want to weep.
I just did.
That bird's as big
Tell
as
us
you
about
are.
I know, that's why I didn't want to do it.
Tell us about that experience.
It was amazing. I'm glad that she was able to be released back into the wild where she belongs.
Is this the first time you've ever released a raptor?
Of that size, yes.
It's a pretty spectacular feeling.
But I was there when we caught her, so.
Awesome. Even better. Are you related to Eileen?
I'm not. But we are close. She has to be related.
We're just good friends.
That is so exciting. What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah, thank you so much for sharing your beautiful bird with us today. That was so exciting. I know a lot of people were touched. Oh my gosh. How was that for you?
Oh, awesome.
Make your heart beat a little faster?
Yes, it did. I was so excited for the bird.
What's your name?
For the eagle. Diana.
Diane. So glad you're here. How do you feel, Brenda? Hey, talk to me.
Hi,
Talk
my
to
name
me.
is Linda.
I'm Tara Bassett. Nice to meet you, Linda.
Hi, Tara.
Was that
I love
exciting?
you. Oh, honey, I'm starting to cry.
I
It's
did
just
too.
amazing. God is just wonderful, isn't He?
He is.
The
and so is
creature.
the eagle.
Oh,
So
she
is
was
Raptor
beautiful,
Rehab.
beautiful, beautiful. Yes, yes. I've got to do this again.
You
I have to
must.
do this again.
You must.
My hairdresser got me started on that. Tina.
Oh, there you go.
Tina.
Well, we'll talk to Tina too. That's pretty exciting.
Tina does it all the time.
I understand you're responsible for bringing this lovely young lady over to see her first raptor release.
Yes,
And
and my friend that's getting into photography.
Hi, friend, and getting into photography. What's your name, friend? Brian. I'm Tara Bassett. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This was exciting for you. Tell me how you felt.
Well, I just about cried, and I was
Of course.
just so excited.
Of course.
Yes.
And what would you say to people who want to know how they can help the Raptor Rehab program?
To make donations to the Raptor Center, and there is one at Scottsburg at the Dwight Eisenhower.
Yeah,
Raptor
we're gonna contribute to the one in Louisville.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry.
We like Raptor Rehab in Kentucky because they do such a great job for all of us and save so many birds over here.
Right.
Good. Thank you for being with us today. We appreciate you. I'm going to get some media reactions too. I want to know what they thought about this whole experience.
My dad watches the Eagle's Nest on the computer, and I was like, let's go over here. He can't get around.
See the real stuff.
Tell me how you two felt when you were watching that bird being released. You're rarely on the other side of the camera.
It was pretty cool.
It was cool.
Yeah, it was.
Beautiful.
It really was.
One of the
You
top
don't see
10
that off
things
the
you've
thing.
seen, huh, today?
Yeah, today.
All the stories you're covering?
Yeah, today.
What did you think?
Raptor Rescues was in our neighborhood, and they rescued an owl and set it free in our neighborhood. It had popped out of the nest and wasn't safe in the neighborhood. So I know they rescue birds. It's beautiful.
Isn't that nice?
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. I'm so glad we got to see this. What a great experience it has been to be out here on this beautiful, magnificent Ohio. Geez, just below the dam, and those gigantic coal barges were crashed into the Falls of the Ohio right there. We was down here just a week or two ago to see them, and man, this river is moving quickly. It's pretty amazing. So let's talk to Brenda for a second. How you feeling, Miss Brenda?
I'm good, real
Pretty good. Good pictures there you got, huh?
A few good ones.
Well, that was magnificent. I'm so glad you told me to come. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're an angel. You're going to be on the news tonight, so go home and watch it, all right?
I'll have to get there to tape it. I won't be home.
There you go. Well, I'll tape it for you, too, so we'll have a copy of it. See you later. That was spectacular. What's your name, sir?
John Wicker.
And you're Eileen's husband, I'm assuming?
I'm the better half. I'm the other half
or
of
her
Eileen.
boyfriend, one of the two. I'm not sure which. You just have the same last name.
Yep.
That was a pretty spectacular release. What's the biggest concern that you have when you do a release like this, John?
Well, the biggest concern we have is the bird taking off. A lot of times we get a bird and we release them and they just fly out a little bit, because they've been in a flight cage for so long.
Yes.
And they're used to just flying from here to there.
Yeah.
And I guess they don't really realize that they're out in free and all that. So, but
did she get you?
Oh yeah, she bit me.
Oh my God! We need a Band-Aid for this
That's
man.
all right. I'll get something.
You're used to it. You're going to drip though. Don't drip on your white shoe. Here, let me see if I've got anything in my pockets. Do you guys have a Kleenex on you? John got bitten. Look at this bird bite. Look at him. He's dripping blood. Got a Kleenex in your pockets anywhere?
You do?
Thank God he has a wife to take care of him. You want a Band-Aid, John? John Belsky is offering you a Band-Aid. It could be worth money.
I got down to market lot. You gonna autograph it for me?
Another tissue.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, she definitely got you.
When we get down there.
That's going to be a stitch. That's going to be a stitch. You didn't make a sound. You're a brave man.
No, I'm not brave. I'm just used to getting bit.
So, as we were saying, the most dangerous part of a release is the bird not being able to actually take off.
The most dangerous part of a release is right here. There's an eagle's nest right across the river there, and we don't know. We haven't seen the female there yet, and we don't know if one of these two birds is the female, or.
How are you monitoring that, John?
We're just asking people that monitor that nest, and they're saying
those
that
are just citizens.
They have not seen the female.
Okay.
Yeah, one of our volunteers comes down here all the time to monitor that nest.
So tell me what the difference is between the female and the male visually.
Males are smaller.
They're smaller. Do they have the same coloration? Do they both have the bald heads?
When they're mature, yes, they both have the white head and tail.
That's amazing. How old do you think this girl was that you just released?
I know she was at least 5, 6 years old.
And what's the expectancy for life?
In the wild, we got one in a few years back that was 24 years old. That was abandoned in the nest. And they were amazed that we were able to rehab her and release her.
That's amazing.
She flew like a top when we released her. You know, she didn't know she was an old girl, so she took off, and hopefully she had a good rest of her life.
That's spectacular.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for giving blood to the cause today. That was amazing.
Okay,
good to see you. Thanks, John. You're so cute. Weatherman, meteorologist extraordinaire, John Belsky. John Belsky, the guy who originally drove everybody to Kroger for milk, bread, and toilet paper whenever there's a snowstorm. They used to have big cutouts, full-size cutouts of him at Kroger, Brenda.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Pretty cool guy. Thank you for including me. Take care of yourself. What did you guys think? Tell me what you thought about the big bird taking off.
Good.
Was it cool?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a bird like that close?
No.
No?
Well, I saw one.
You did tell me about it.
She was there when we found it.
You found the bird? That's magnificent.
Because I was at my nanny's house, and I was spending the night, and I got to see the bird on the porch.
It just landed on the porch. Was it coming to tell you something, maybe?
No.
No?
No.
Was it coming to say, "Help me"? What's your name? Harper. I'm so proud of you and so glad that you found that bird and you called Raptor Rehab and saved its life. You're a hero. You know that? We're going to give you a hero award.
Yeah, it was an exciting night that night, wasn't it?
Are you Grammy?
Yes.
Tell me about the bird rescue. That was pretty cool.
Oh, well, I was actually, they weren't there yet, and I was at the back in the kitchen looking out a window, and the backyard is the Millerwood Park. And I saw this thing hopping around, and I'm like, what is that?
This is in New Albany, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I went back there to the fence. That bird's hurt. There's something wrong. So I'm turning around, my mind's saying, what can I do? Who should I call? Then I get a phone call from the neighbor across the street out front and goes, there's an eagle in your yard. I go, no, it's in Millerwood Park. And she goes, no, there's one in the front yard.
2 of them.
And something's
Wow.
wrong. So I said, okay. So I go and look at that one. It's in the front yard. They had it contained. So we went and we followed the other one into Bill's yard, another person in the park lot, and we called the police. We called them. Somebody gave us their number to call, and they came out.
Awesome.
And then we stayed with them for several hours till we got them safe and sound and took off. And they said they only had like a 50-50 chance to live. And
Congratulations.
we kept calling and checking on them, and here we are today with the first one.
Morgan.
Would we name the
lady that
would
found
we
the
name
bird?
this one?
Right in her yard, yeah.
Julie,
Turn
right?
around there and let Morgan interview you for WLKY. I know that she's going to want to talk to you. Good job. Well done. You're welcome.
I just saw the phases of the moon. I really like that.
Thank you so much.
Lauren's becoming a celebrity now.
My hair looks horrible. I can't handle this.
Do you want my hat?
No, you don't. I would get in trouble if I had a hat on. I feel like I'd be like...
What a spectacular day. This is so freaking cool. I just love it. All right, well, we're going to take off, guys. It was a great hour with you. I'm so glad you could join me, because this is something that, as I said, I don't know how often you've ever been that close to a bald eagle, but I can tell you right now, I've seen them flying overhead all of my life. I remember in Oregon, we used to lie out at the Warm Springs Indian Reservation, which is where we'd go on the weekends to have a little getaway on the eastern Oregon side of the mountains in the desert. And we would lie in the swimming pool and watch the bald eagles circling lazy on the thermals right over our heads. And it was such a spectacular experience as a child to become so familiar with such a magnificent bird. And since that time, the only 2 places I've ever seen a bald eagle have been at the zoo, and when I went home to Oregon on another trip down by the beach, down by Tillamook, I saw a couple that were circling. So this was truly a treat and an experience that I won't be forgetting anytime soon. I'll just go ahead and turn around for just a second, because I want you to see the big smile on my face and how exciting it was. And I teared up too. And I am again. My father was such an outdoorsman and grew up in the Wild West of Oregon and had so many experiences, and he taught me to love nature. And my mother, the city girl from New York, had to learn about the wilds when she moved here after they married, and they lived with my grandmother for a short period of time in a house that didn't have any indoor plumbing. So it was truly Ava Gabor and whatever his name was on Green Acres. New York is where I'd rather stay was her theme. But she adapted well, and she became quite the horsewoman and always was ready for an adventure. So I come by my love of outdoors and animals very honestly. Bye, Brenda. Thank you. Brenda Riggs, what a wonderful lady. I'm so grateful. She texted me this morning and told me that this was going to happen. So, guys, I loved this. I hope you did too. This was Wagon Tuesday instead of Wagon Wednesday. Tomorrow I'm going to be throwing axes, so that'll be a little different, a little change of pace. But love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow at 4. Bye, Lynn and John Belsky.
Are you still with like Crescent Hill Radio?
Nope, I'm on my own. Okay. Take it from Tara.
Okay.
Live on location, fully mobile.
I'll check it out.
I'd love to talk to you sometime. I'll be at Flying Axes tomorrow at 4. Bye, John. Nicest guy in the media, no doubt. That was truly exciting and fun for those of you who have not met or don't know Mr. Belsky. Get a chance to see him up close and personal off the weather set. All right, kids, I'm out of here. I've got a doctor's appointment of my own, finally getting over this crud. And I'm just fascinated by the speed with which this river is moving. And honestly, it's only about 6 feet below me. So the rate that it's going, I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some serious flooding happening over here on this side of the river. Have a lovely day. Let me just quickly thank all the folks who tuned in, because I haven't had a chance to do that. I'll just look out at the beautiful river while I scroll through, because you guys have been with us from the beginning here. Ron Page, Patty Cook, Trish Ogden, Mark Alari, Don Birch, Rick Redding. Hey Rick, sorry you couldn't be here. It was really cool. Isaiah Calloway, Mike Catherine Callahan, Leslie. Hey Leslie, I gotta figure out how to say your last name. Is it Moise? We'll figure that out. I should know that. Lisa Engel, Renee Woodrum, Darlene of the Quad Squad, Sean Wallace, Marlon Gaines. It was pretty cool. Melanie Hope Armstrong, Amanda Shelton. Hi Amanda, I love you. Mary Lou Camp, Karen Stevens, Tracy Sprouse, of course. Hi Janine, James Green, Max Ruda, Amber Clark. They said it was about 5 years old, Isaiah. Mike Crady, Mickey Price, Mary Kay. Wasn't that spectacular? Hi, Caroline. Oh my gosh, Maureen. I am so glad that you got to be here. Wasn't it spectacular? And you know, they actually release these birds on a fairly regular basis, guys. So you can keep your eyes and ears open, watch their Facebook page, and they will announce it. And the media, usually somebody will come out and cover it. Not all the time, but it's certainly worth it. Yeah, good job, Eileen Wicker is right. Kyle Duncan. Sebastian! Hey, buddy! We just met last night. Beautiful artist who I had on my show last night at the restaurant talking about the beautiful Lunar New Year celebration. Francis, Dr. Weinstock, and Tommy Richardson. Thanks, you guys, for being with me today. It was so spectacular, wasn't it? I loved it. And I will see you tomorrow at 4 on Take It From Tara, live on location at Flying Axes. Oh my God, you're going to get to see me throw an axe. Better go home and start doing push-ups. Thank you, Madam Eagle, number 372, as you flew so magnificently away into the sun. We're so grateful that you're rehabilitated, and so grateful to Raptor Rehab for the love and care that they gave you to enable you to return to the wild. And we'll look forward to hearing from the eagle monitors on the other side of the river if that female has returned to the big nest. Have a great afternoon, guys.